Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, where today we will discuss the best G-SYNC monitors on the market. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Oh, by the way, links to all the featured products are given in the description below. Do check it out. We've been supporters of the ViewSonic Elite XG270QG for some time. Still, the ViewSonic's XG270Q just made it even better with some minor upgrades that sparked that little extra bit of pleasure. The XG270Q's predecessor required its panel overclock to be beyond 144Hz. Its newer model is explicitly created for a 165Hz refresh rate. It gives that alongside a 1 millisecond response time on a fast IPS panel. This 2560 by 1440 QHD resolution monitor features a 165Hz refresh rate and a 1 millisecond response time, which work together to minimize motion blur to produce smooth, sharp graphics in high-action games, such as first-person shooters. Also, NVIDIA G-SYNC technology helps decrease screen tearing, stuttering, and other artifacts from games when a cooperative graphics card is connected. Its VESA DisplayHDR 400 certified color support produces vivid photos, videos, and games with deep blacks and bright whites. It will be right at home in a multi-system setup too, with two HDMI 2.0 ports to support 1440p 144Hz gaming on the likes of the Xbox Series XS. In contrast, the DisplayPort connection supports 1440p 165Hz for a gaming PC. And of course, whatever your frame rate, you'll appreciate G-SYNC support to keep your visuals crystal clear. Unlike most of the 240Hz gaming monitors out there, Samsung's CRG5 curved gaming monitor utilizes a VA panel, which indicates super fast response times and high refresh rates without having to sacrifice a wide color gamut and broad viewing angles. It's pricey for a 1080p monitor at $400, but it's well worth it. It is crammed with numerous helpful gaming peculiarities to give users a satisfying experience. These include NVIDIA G-SYNC compatibility, a quick 240Hz refresh rate, and a 1500R curved screen that sets you right in the middle of the action. Specs-wise, it's created with a VA panel, with a 1920 by 1080 Full HD resolution, a 300 CD by M² brightness rating, a 3000:1 static contrast ratio, and support for up to 16.7 million colors. Once it's connected to your system through HDMI or DisplayPort, you can modify its picture mode for an optimized viewing experience with your favorite game genre. Additionally, there is a USB port for updating the monitor software. To get the most out of this blistering swift 1080p gaming monitor, you'll need to pair it with a high-power graphics card and get those super high frame rates. G-SYNC will also help you maintain the smoothest gameplay possible. Housing NVIDIA's tech, besides the 4K resolution and HDR tech, indicates that this is an absolute monster of a monitor that will provide you the best of, well, everything. And by everything, we mean everything. Its 144Hz IPS panel is made better by Acer's combined vision care technology that will strive to protect your retinas. Plus, it looks damn good. Thanks to the high-speed 120Hz refresh rate, a 1 millisecond response time, and support from NVIDIA G-SYNC technology, this monitor gives users a responsive, blur-free gaming experience. It can also be overclocked up to 144Hz, which needs the use of two DisplayPort cables. Its IPS panel has a 3840 by 2160 4K resolution and broad 178-degree viewing angles and vivid color reproduction, a 400 CD by M² peak brightness rating, and support for 1.07 billion colors help to give clear contrast and detailed shadows. The Predator XB273K is one for those who need everything now and required to future-proof themselves in the years ahead. It may not have the same HDR heights as its predecessor, the X27, but it gives everything else for a much reduced price tag. Therefore, the value it gives is incredible, even if it's still a rather sizable purchase. There's plenty to like about 1440p. It gives a much sharper picture than 1080p, but it's not nearly as hard to drive as a 4K image. But for some time now, you are held with 1080p monitors if you need to really cruise. That changes with the Alienware 27 gaming monitor AW2721D. This beast provides you the 1440p resolution you need, alongside the 240Hz refresh rate you crave. There hasn't been a combination this sweet since the combination of Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. It has a 240Hz refresh rate, an excellent response time that results in minimum motion blur, and an astonishing low input lag that makes gaming feel responsive. It also has natural G-SYNC support and is cooperative with FreeSync to reduce screen tearing. It utilizes an IPS panel with wide viewing angles, but that comes at the expense of a lower contrast ratio, so blacks look more like gray when seen in the dark. There's a local dimming trait to improve black levels, but it's not very efficient. While it supports HDR and gets reasonably bright for HDR content, its low contrast ratio indicates that HDR experience is only decent. On the positive side, it gets bright enough to work in well-lit rooms, although it has an average reflection handling, so you might have issues with glare if you put it in front of bright lights. The LG Ultra Gear 38GN950B gives a display with cinematic proportions, backed by some quality HDR visuals. This monitor opens wide at 37.5 inches and boasts a 3840 by 1600 resolution, making it more prominent and sharper than your ordinary ultra-wide gaming monitor. It's certified as G-SYNC cooperative though, so those with an NVIDIA graphics card still get an almost tear-free gaming action. It has low input lag, excellent response time, and a 144Hz refresh that can overclock up to 160Hz, resulting in amazingly fluid gameplay. Its 38-inch high-resolution screen presents incredible immersion and tons of space for multitasking, making it an excellent choice for work and media consumption. It has a substantial broad color gamut and impressive peak brightness to give a pretty good HDR experience, although it's not the best choice for dark room viewing due to its subpar contrast. A 600 nit peak brightness alongside 10-bit color and HDR10 support give this monitor some severe visual quality. And Sphere Lighting 2.0 can sync the light ring on the back of the monitor with audio or video for color biased lighting behind the monitor. Sadly, the stand doesn't allow for any swivel adjustments.
Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, then hit the like button and subscribe to our channel if you loved it. Take a moment to hit the bell icon so you'll get notified of all our new latest uploads.